solid airtight construction of an ultra master gear to push across. But as you can see, let's get the wrong way like that. As you see, no ratio. Just goes in and out like that. Alright. By the way. Now let's see how we did. Okay, so this counts as one space right here. Behind this barrier right here is space 1, 2, 3. Sorry for the low frame rate. And then past here is another 3 spaces, as is over there. So that makes 6. So we've crossed 6 spaces already. We're nowhere near our dot. 7, 8, including mine the spaces are numbered. Not a 3-foot barrier. There's 4 of these. We're going to cross 10, 11, 12, and almost into, and 13 and 14, almost into the 14th space. There's our dart. There it is. Now, get the camera. There it is. Let's walk up to it, shall we? Right here. That's about where your pink brush should top out. I'm not going to say the range. I'm not going to say the number, except that it just almost cleared 14 parking spaces. A lot of my shops do clear 14. The average clears about 12 or 13. And there are 4 of these barriers that are 3 feet wide. That's impressive. So, you could put a bigger plunger tube in. Sure you could. You can take apart a bag. That's something I don't want to remember to praise. But though my total overall barrel length is 10 inches long. On that blaster, because you have the crossbow and everything else going on, your center of gravity is about 1 inch forward, or maybe 1.5 inches forward of the trigger guard. That's pretty good, because now it's a really good handling blaster. But on a little pistol, then the bigger the plunger tube, the bigger you have to make the barrel, the longer. I think this is really stashable. I've had this in my leather coat pocket. I've walked around with it just on a holster, just like this. And in reality, okay, I'm only gaining 20 feet flat. If you're already tagging people at 100, who cares? Yeah, you could use an air gun. Yeah, you could use a long shot. If you like repeaters, that's great. I used to love repeaters, and now I'm getting more back into single shots. So, why not do that? Well, then you might have to use slugs. If I use slugs, I'm starting out really fast at the beginning, I'm slowing down at the end. I don't like the ballistics of slugs. They're too slow at the end. I'd rather have more of a gradual slowdown with domed steps. That's just me. I'm using X-Dart. Some people don't like them. They're hollow core. Look at that, folks. Look at that. It's a beautiful day at the beach. But we'll see. Maybe one day I'll make a turn. I don't know. I got a 2K. But you know what I mean. So what could be wrong with your pink brush? What could it be? Well, several things. One, your brass work may not be the best. Your end, the back end holding the dart, and the front end. Yeah, you got to make those as clean shaven as possible. Especially the front of the crown. You got to deburr that so that it goes out at a smooth angle. I mean, any snag whatsoever can cost you another 20, 30 feet down the line. Not kidding you. Number 2, your darts. Okay, are your darts like? Are they new dots, the old dots, are they elites? Well, if there's elites, do not use W-coated. A-coated work great. Personally, I think J and K's work the best, and yes, there is a difference with the coating. The construction of the dot, the plastic that's used as the core, the center of balance, gravity, everything. It all changes with your coating, okay? Most of your zombie strike darts are like W-coated, and W-coated do not do well in brass barrels. They might do well in PETG, but not brass. A lot of people, maybe they're using CPVC, that's why it's not for the best. Maybe you're using 962, bunch of air bleed by. You got to phasor every little bit of air out of that 1.92 cc, 1.92 cubic inch plunger tube, which is only 32 cc. If you don't expand it, it's actually 28 cc. Like I've expanded mine, I made mine longer, okay, and I have a zero dead space system, so it doesn't have that air restrictor on it. So you really have to take advantage of every little bit of air in there. If you go Magnus plunger tube, you're going 44 cc's. Well, that's only 2 cc's better than a night finder. Why is it better than a night finder? Well, one, you can use dual spring arrays a lot better, and two, there comes a certain point where your compression ratio, being a night finder is only 4 to 1 in cubic inches, since the night finder per running inch is 0.79 cubic inches of area. A fire strike is 0.96, and a Magnus plunger tube is 1.23. This means that the Magnus, with your barrel only being 0.196 if you're using brass, has a 6 to 1 compression ratio. A fire strike has 5 to 1. A night finder has 4 to 1. And I laugh at those people that make these huge, long plunger tubes on night finders. You know, if I were to put a long plunger tube like that, I would go 1 1/4. Then it might do something. Because at a certain point, maybe the first 2 or 3 inches, all you're doing is keeping up with the dart as it's flying out your CPVC. You're not adding any velocity at all, really. And also, I mean, I'm making a long shot bird of prey with a long shot plunger tube on it. It's going to have 9 inches of 17/30 seconds and probably 12 inches of brass totally. So it's going to be pretty much a monster. I may even put a stock on it and make it a carbine. Will it do good? Yeah. But you lose the portability, honestly. And the whole point of an ultra match is it's sneak weapon. It's a assassin weapon. It's made to shoot decently far. And it's made to shoot it well. So, at anywho, I really want to see somebody take a paintbrush and go as far as that. Okay? To do 14 car spaces like we just saw, plus another 12 feet of these solid huge things. Look at this. Look at this. This is one of these solids that's standing right here by one. Okay? You don't like my range claims, guys? I understand. You know, I'm not trying to say my blasters are better than long shots. I'm not trying to say my blasters are better than snaps or 2Ks. I'm trying to say, you know what, if you're going to get a pistol, why don't you make it worthy of competing with your primary? You know what I'm saying? I mean, even if you got to use Explorer domes on them rather than your number 6 slugs, why don't you do that? That's what I'm saying. I think it'd be much better. Can you get a blaster that can shoot number 6 slugs like that? Maybe if you want to keep it within 80 feet, sure. I know my blasters will do, I don't want to say ranges, but about that, yeah. A little slower than maybe your 2K with the slugs. So if a 2K can do with slugs 140, 150, 130, they can do probably 85, 90. I mean, I never claim that they are the fastest thing in the world. I don't claim that they're fast for pistols that are small and adequate. And in some cases, it's inadequate. So anywho, this is Chris Carter. I've enjoyed the Nerf Internet community. I've enjoyed Nerf Modders Welcome a lot. I've enjoyed all of you. I just know that I'm just a person just moving in a different direction, you know. And I will see you later. Somebody build a better Super Crush tonight, please. That's spring-loaded, spring power, everything. Take care.